In the meantime, we honor Donna for the person she truly was, not as an online personality or a public figure, but as a woman whose entire life reflected patience, discipline, and a deep belief in doing meaningful work quietly and honestly, even when recognition was nowhere in sight. Donna Jordan's story does not begin with cameras, warehouses, or thousands of people watching her every move. It begins decades earlier in a modest garage in California, where two teenagers who met at the age of 16 made a simple yet life-altering decision to build something together. From the very beginning, Donna's connection to quilting was intense and deeply personal, not something she picked up casually, but something that consumed her time and attention as she studied techniques, refined patterns, and learned how fabrics behaved under every condition. While others her age were focused on different pursuits, Donna spent hours practicing, experimenting, and improving, driven by an inner standard that demanded excellence. Matt recognized early on that what Donna had was not just talent, but vision and discipline, and together they began the slowest and hardest part of any journey, loading handmade quilts and fabric samples into their car, and traveling from quilt shows to craft fairs, setting up temporary booths again and again, relying entirely on quality, trust, and persistence. There was no digital presence, no advertising reach, no safety net, only long drives, physical exhaustion, and the uncertainty of whether the next event would be enough to cover expenses and allow them to continue. During these years on the road, Donna observed something subtle but crucial that many others ignored. Quilters were excited when they purchased fabric, but frustrated when they got home, because cutting accurately was the most unforgiving part of quilting, where a single mistake could undo hours of work. Instead of accepting this frustration as unavoidable, Donna saw a problem waiting for a solution, and she imagined fabric that was already cut with precision for specific patterns, eliminating stress, waste, and guesswork entirely. That idea, quietly formed in a garage, became the foundation of everything that followed. In the early years, it was only Donna and Matt, cutting fabric by hand late into the night, packaging kits themselves, shipping orders one by one, with no employees, no investors, and no guarantees. The idea of pre-cut quilt kits may seem obvious today, but at the time it was unfamiliar and risky, and for many years the business lived in a fragile balance, surviving not through rapid growth, but through relentless consistency. Life as traveling vendors was physically demanding and emotionally draining, marked by constant movement, competition, and fatigue. Yet what sustained them was partnership, because this was never one person's dream carried by another, but a shared vision built through shared sacrifice. Their move from California to Grants Pass, Oregon was not simply a change of location, but a calculated risk and a chance to build something more permanent, leading to the opening of a small storefront where quilters could touch fabrics, see kits in person, and feel part of something real. Even then, after decades of experience and a loyal local following, the business remained largely unknown beyond its region, because for nearly 40 years everything was done the traditional way, through face-to-face conversations, word of mouth, and slow trust building. It worked, but it was gradual, and Donna felt a growing desire to share quilting beyond physical walls. That quiet feeling led to a decision that would reshape everything when, in October 2015, at the age of 57, Donna recorded her first quilting tutorial. There was no master plan, no expectation of fame, only the simple idea that showing people how to use the kits might help them succeed. The setup was basic, the lighting unpolished, the camera simple, yet her voice carried something rare, calm reassurance and clarity. Early videos reached only a small audience, but Donna continued anyway, guided not by numbers, but by purpose. Her son James filmed on a phone, learning as he went, while Matt handled the technical side behind the scenes, turning the effort into a true family operation. Over time, authenticity did what polish never could, because Donna was not performing or chasing attention. She was teaching the same way she had for decades, patiently explaining steps, making mistakes openly, and showing how to fix them without embarrassment or frustration. Growth came steadily rather than suddenly, and each new viewer represented someone gaining confidence, learning a skill, or discovering joy in creating something with their hands. Behind every video were days of preparation, testing patterns repeatedly, anticipating beginner struggles, and adjusting details, all while running a growing business with real responsibilities. As expectations increased, so did the workload, yet the focus never shifted from clarity, honesty, and care. The videos were never primarily about revenue. They were about education that naturally connected people to the tools they needed to succeed. The model was simple and sincere. Give real value, serve genuinely, and let trust grow over time. Expansion brought challenges in hiring, inventory management, shipping logistics, and consistency, especially as Donna and Matt entered their 60s. Yet they continued showing up week after week, reminding viewers that quilting was easier than it looked and that patience mattered. When the pandemic arrived in 2020, the deeper truth of what they had built became undeniable, because as people searched for calm and meaning during isolation, Donna's tutorials became more than lessons. They became anchors. Quilting offered rhythm, focus, and peace, and Donna's steady presence helped countless people cope with anxiety, loneliness, and uncertainty. Growth accelerated dramatically, but Donna remained unchanged, never exploiting fear, never shifting tone, simply continuing to teach with kindness and consistency. Behind the scenes, however, she was quietly battling an illness that had been developing for years, something the audience never fully saw. On March 14, 2025, Donna Jordan passed away at her home in Grants Pass, Oregon, at the age of 66. Days later, her final video appeared, beginning like any other tutorial until Matt gently explained that Donna was gone. The news spread instantly, reaching tens of thousands who felt they had lost a teacher, a guide, and a comforting presence in their lives. Messages poured in from around the world, stories of people who discovered confidence later in life, who found peace during grief, who created something beautiful when they needed it most. Donna's impact was never just about quilts or fabric, but about how she made people feel while learning, because she never talked down to beginners, never dismissed mistakes, and never rushed the process. The deeper truth behind what Donna and Matt built was never about viral success or recognition, but about consistency over decades, authenticity over image, and service over profit. They built something slowly, adapting when necessary while staying true to their values. After Donna's passing, the work continued through Matt and their children, with tutorials remaining as living lessons and kits still reaching homes around the world. The community endured, honoring Donna's legacy by creating, sharing, and supporting one another.